And welcome back. You're listening to Hysteria, the podcast for people who are now suddenly scared of flying.
I have so much to say on this issue.
You were scared about flying after this doors blowing off the sides of Boeing planes thing.
Yeah. Well, because Erin, they keep finding loose bolts. There are loose bolts everywhere. There are so many loose bolts. How is this possible? How is this something that is happening in 2024, that planes just aren't connected?
They're not put together very well, and it's Boeing planes, and apparently
Boeing planes.
Oh my God. And you can't control what kind of plane you get put on.
You can't. No, let me tell you, Erin, because as we were getting on to record today, what happened to me? Our flight tomorrow was canceled because it's a Boeing loose bolt plane, and now we have no idea currently how the fuck we're going to get to this wedding, because the bolts are loose. Look, there are bigger problems in the world, of course, than someone not getting to a wedding.
No. But this is a microcosm of an extremely huge problem, which is America's long-distance travel infrastructure is absolute garbage, and we're doing nothing to fix it, and it's getting worse and worse every day. And look, I'm just going to say, I'm glad that you didn't get on the plane that was literally the rickety airplane. But maybe my Naomi Klein shock doctrine take on this is maybe if planes start having pieces of them blow off, Americans will be like, we gotta have a better way. We gotta have regulate
trains.
Yes, we've got to get a better way to get some medium to long distances. It's getting really hot, weather's getting extreme. Maybe we shouldn't rely on something that needs the air to travel when the air is getting weird and maybe
we need a better solution, because now
trains,
I'm just
we have it. It's trains. We have it.
And I love a train. There is nothing I would love more than to get on a train, and for me to get on a train in New York, you to get on a train in California, and us to meet in the middle of America and just have a fun weekend.
I would meet you in Lincoln, Nebraska, which I think is an underrated little town.
I would love that.
I would meet in Lincoln, Nebraska. I would meet in St. Louis. I would meet the movie. I would meet in Denver. But we need trains.
Anywhere.
Trains.
We could pretend we're Rosemary Clooney and Bing Crosby. We're just there. We're shushing and we're seeing the snow and we're having cocktails. It could be so lovely.
And I'm tired of public officials being okay, we're going to do trains. And then some tech bro douchebag is no, I invented a better way to do it. I'm going to build it. I'm going to build a Hyperloop, which is never, ever going to work. And it's a thing they made up to keep people from doing the trains. And then a few years later, they're oh, the Hyperloop's not going to work. I think that was all just fucking smoke and mirrors. Oh, well. And then, okay, well, let's think about doing trains. And then another tech bro shows up, is no, I got a better idea. They're all just trying to make us not build trains because they make money on trains not existing. We need fucking trains. The planes are going to blow apart in the sky.
Going to blow apart.
I just spit. I'm so mad about not having trains that spit flew out of my mouth.
It's so awful. So anyway, I'm feeling a little petty about bolts on loose bolts on planes.
Okay. I can see that. I don't think that that's a petty issue at all. I'm feeling a little bit petty about 2024's first foray into hyperconsumption and the way that we're talking about hyperconsumption.
Oh,
I want to talk about Stanley tumbler mania.
When did these become a thing? I've had a Stanley tumbler for 100 years. Well, actually, a Stanley thermos.
That's what they're designed for. You're supposed to have one, and the whole point is the company's we made this really durable tumbler that keeps your drink the temperature that it is, and you only need one because it doesn't get used up and it doesn't break, and that's the whole point. And people are collecting them like they're fucking monochromatic Beanie Babies that don't even have a little poem that goes along with it.
Very confusing.
People are laminating the tags of special issue Stanley tumblers. We are barreling headfirst into a near future when a couple that is divorcing will be in a courtroom dividing a massive pile of Stanley tumblers, like that picture of the couple dividing the Beanie Babies from.
That is iconic. Yes.
I kind of want to have I kind of want a painting of that I can put in my house.
Disclose something weird?
What?
Okay. So in college, in high school, I was like, actually in my whole life, I'm not someone who's ever been asked out on a lot of dates, but in 1999, I was asked out on a date. And he was like, do you want to come back to my house? And I was like, okay. Apartment, because it's New York City. Now, he had taken me to Señor Frog's, which should have been a flag, but I got to his apartment.
That could be fun in a sort of like ironic.
Well, could have been if when I got to his house, he didn't have a monster Beanie Baby collection.
Whose are these?
Mine.
Erin, so many, hundreds, shelves of Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies just positioned around the bed like a weird seance was happening with Beanie Babies. So many Beanie Babies.
Oh my God.
We did not go out again.
That is, look.
So many
let
Beanie
your freak
Babies.
flag fly. Whoever, there's a weirdo out there for everybody in the world, right? I think it's better to be forthright with that sort of thing. But that seems like that would be something that would also lead me to be like, I don't think this is a match.
It was not, thank God. Yeah. It was not, but that was something that really set me back on my heels. I was like, I don't feel safe in this situation.
I just think like the like videos I've seen of like women race walking to a new display of Stanley tumblers and like kids asking for them for Christmas so that they can fit in with all their friends. Like that, like remember starter jackets? Everybody wanted a starter jacket. Of course. And eventually it wasn't even about the jackets themselves because who was really a fan of the Charlotte Hornets? Not that many people, but everybody had a Charlotte Hornets jacket because that was the jacket that made you fit in with everybody. I feel like we just never learn anything from the past. We all just choose to forget it and pretend that every new thing we have like a little goldfish memory that's like, oh, this is a new, it's stupid. I'm declaring it stupid now. In a year, everyone will be like, that was stupid. No, it's currently stupid.
Like, I saw on social media somewhere that like Stanley's not even going to make the pink ones anymore because like they caused breakouts of chaos.
Sorry, deep sigh. That is ridiculous. You have a finite amount of life to live and a finite number of hours in the day. And the fewer hours that you spend worrying about Stanley tumblers, the more hours you have to do things like read books that you never got to read before, take nice walks in nature, or learn a new skill.
Before they get banned.
Learn a new skill. I have no problem with Stanley, the company. They seem to make a nice product. I have a problem with the like culture around it. It's so deeply weird, and there is meaning in life beyond the acquisition of a trendy water container. Yeah. I shouldn't have to say that's a weird sentence to have to say. Also, people are really mad at like children in Sephora. I can see both sides here. I always thought Sephora seemed a little bit like a Barbie aisle for adults. And
wait, what's wrong with children in Sephora?
Children, oh my God, it is. I heard that there are a lot of kids going to like Sephora using and kind of causing chaos, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I tried to go to Sephora to get this like product I had run out of, and it was over the holidays, so they weren't in school. It was pure unadulterated chaos. It was
really?
Nobody was taller than the middle of my rib cage. Everybody was just aggressively squirting all the samples into their hands and rubbing. They had like
that's a great way to get acne.
It was so weird. It was like feral children that like the kids from like the basement in Us. You know that? Yeah. It was like basement children who were just like running around like with no like manners, nothing. And people are now mad that their Sephora runs are being ruined by like kids or whatever. And then I've also seen talk that actually where else are the kids supposed to go? There's no like tween culture anymore, which I think is very sad. But yeah, I think that they should card people at the door of Sephora. I think you should be at least 16 years old.
If you're unaccompanied by an adult.
Yes, I think if you're unaccompanied by an adult, you should be at least 16 years old. There's no reason for somebody under 16 to be running around to Sephora by themselves. Do you have money? Can you count that high?
They do. I think they have little baby debit cards.